Hi, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I am Morgan, and I love talking about travel. I have grown up traveling my whole life, and then as an adult, I have continued to travel by myself, and now I travel with my husband. Today, I wanted to cover all about must-haves for flying. These are all things that you might want to have for your flight. Most of these are going to be what I would personally carry in my carry-on, but some of these I would also put in my checked suitcase. Sometimes you don't check a suitcase, so this is why this is kind of a broad topic of whether it should be in your carry-on or not. Let's get started. First and foremost, when I'm going on a flight, there's one thing I will never, ever, ever forget. Gum. And I also love this gum. The Mentos gum, I think it is so good. But gum, I will always carry. I mean, I don't have a bag where I don't have gum in, but especially for flying, it is great for when you're taking off and landing with your ears popping. I know there are some people who have children where they'll always have them chew a snack at that time, or they'll suck on a bottle or a pacifier, so that helps with kids. But adults or teens or kids, if you're able to have gum, that's what I use, and it keeps your breath nice and minty for your neighbors. I've, from a young age, always carried gum for a flight. Now, what probably should be the most important thing other than gum is your ID. So if you're flying in the States, you'll just need your license. And then if you're flying out of the States, you'll need your passport. You'll also need this for your whole family if you're traveling as a family. Keep them all organized, keep them ready. If you're able to, before you check in, hand them out to your family that you're traveling with, or have them all ready and organized so that when you get into the check-in desk, you can say, here's your ID, and you go to security, here's your ID again. Try to always be one step ahead of where you're gonna be in the airport. So if you're about to board, if you're about to check in, if you're about to go through security, have your boarding pass, your tickets, your ID all ready so you're ready to go and you can make it a quicker and easier way. All right, I always fly with a water bottle. Now, people always forget when you're checking into the airport, you can't have liquids that are over 3 ounces. So make sure your water is empty as soon as you get to the airport. Maybe you're driving 2 hours to get to the airport, you want to have your water filled. I then either drink it all or I dump it prior to me checking in so that as soon as I check in and I go through security, I don't have to worry about that water. My brother, the one time, I forgot that his water bottle was still filled, and right before we went through security and had to chug it, and you don't want to be that person. Make sure you have it empty, but bring a reusable water bottle. This is great for your trip that you're about to go on, and on the flight, you don't have to worry about getting a cup and it spilling, or buying a water bottle that's way too expensive when you're past security. Things about your water bottle that you might not have thought about. I love my straw water bottles. I don't take these on planes. The reason why is I'll put this in my backpack on the side pocket. The straw, the top of that is all being touched by when it's going through the security belt, and that is disgusting to me. If I'm gonna bring a straw water bottle, I take the straw out, I put that in a Ziploc bag, and I make sure the lid is covered so that it's not touched by that dirtiness of going through the scanner, and then I'll take it out and fill it once I'm past security. Most of the times I will take a water bottle that has a nice tight lid. Again, you've seen this if you've watched my other videos. I love this collapsible water bottle. It has a tight lid. It's covering the mouthpiece, keeping it clean. I think that's something that when we go through security, people don't always think about, of having like a straw or an open water bottle, baby bottle, all of that. There's so much germs going through that. So I try to think about that. Also, while we're on the point of going through security, wear socks. Please, please, please. Wear socks. It is not cute to see your bare feet. It is gross because of so many people walking on that floor. Wear socks. Wear easy, comfortable shoes that are either slip-on or you're able to untie quick. Everything while you're flying should be able to be comfortable and easy for traveling. You don't want to have to hold up people in line because you're untying your boots that go the whole way up to your knee and have laces the whole way. So just kind of think about that. I have also mentioned this next one in my travel must-haves, but when flying especially, I always have a reusable envelope. These have my boarding passes printed. This has all of my information that I need to get on my flight, where I'm going. I print everything as a just in case my phone doesn't work. Backup, just to keep everything nice and organized. It's in one place. I can pull this envelope out for check-in and I don't have to rummage through my bags and everything else. Prior to getting on your flight and checking in, you're gonna need a luggage scale. Now, I do travel with my luggage scale, and that is because a lot of times I'm going on a long trip and I'm going to want to bring back things for my family, especially my nieces and nephews. I am a sucker for getting them gifts. So I always try to pack that if I have space. And if I know I might be getting a certain gift, you don't always need to pack it. Hopefully you pack under the weight so you don't have to worry about if you add a pound or two. But that's something that you might think about. And I put it in my check luggage. I don't carry it in my carry-on. Another thing that I'm going to use for my check luggage, and I even actually use it for my rolly carry-on, is a lock. I put a nice lock on it. It just gives me a peace of mind. I don't think people are going to rummage through my luggage. Really, there's not much that they could get, but it's something that kind of gives me at peace. So I have a nice lock that I just kind of throw in my luggages and we're good to go. Speaking about carry-ons, go check out my best bags video. But one carry-on I didn't mention is a rolly suitcase. Now, I love my hard shell suitcases. So I have the same one that's in the carry-on as I do in my big suitcase. And things to think about for your suitcase is have it as an 8-wheel suitcase. And you're gonna be like, what is that? 4-wheel suitcases are fantastic where they have the wheels in each corner. An 8-wheel is the wheels are the same like the 4 wheels, but it's 2 in each corner. And I've noticed when traveling, especially if I have a heavier suitcase, that keeps your suitcase A, lasting longer, and B, it's way easier to glide because there's kind of 8 wheels to really make it all sturdy and roll nice and smooth. I have the same one as my big suitcase as I do with my carry-on. Now, the smaller the suitcase gets, it's going to be more traditionally just the 4 wheels. But 4 wheels are phenomenal for going through the airport. I do love my backpack, but if I know I am just doing my carry-on or if I am carrying heavy things, I have my rolly suitcase because then I'm not carrying that the whole day, and that is heavy on a flight. I can put that in the overhead compartment, and then I can put my backpack under my feet or something smaller under my feet. This is a trick I've learned with if I just have my rolly carry-on. If I am just carrying that, I don't have a backpack, I just have my fanny pack or my purse on me, and there are things that I'm going to want out of that for the flight, I carry a separate bag in my bag. So I'll just have like a little bag like this where I'll put the book that I maybe want to read on the flight, my iPad if I want that, my headphones, things that I want out of my carry-on for the flight. And then right before I board my flight, I just pull out this bag and then I can zip up my carry-on and I can put my carry-on above, and then I don't have to get up and out in the middle of the flight to either disturb the people next to me, to make it convenient for myself. This is kind of a trick that I've learned from traveling all of the years. All right, let's talk a little bit more about things on the flight. For security, you're going to have your bag with your liquids, which is your 3 ounces. I like these reusable ones. I got this one at Target. Sephora has ones that are really nice, and they're the perfect size. You can also get them off of Amazon. I will link some below, where you can have your liquids. I sometimes have 2 of these. One is actually my liquids, and then one will be my other things that I might want on the flight, especially if it's a long flight. If I'm flying from the US to England, I will have 2 of those with all of my skincare that I want in my carry-on, so I'm able to, again, just like having my separate bag, if I want this out on the flight, I'll put my toiletries in here, as well as with my books and everything. And then during the flight, I can pull it out, take this to the bathroom, I can brush my teeth, wash my face without having to rummage through my bags. So it's kind of being really strategic about where and how you organize your bags, your carry-on, all of that. So everything is just easier for flying. You're trying to make your life easier. If it's a short flight, you'll have your toiletries that you'll need, and then you won't really touch them, but it's something to help those situations. Now, thinking about when you get on the flight, things you will need: hand sanitizer. I always take wipes to kind of wipe down my tray. They are going to wipe down your seat and everything, but it's just something I like to wipe down my tray. I like to wipe down the buckles, keep it nice and clean. If you are taking a long flight, I always take liquid IV. There's a bunch of different versions of them. I think this helps with jet lag and keeping me hydrated because sometimes I don't always drink as much on the actual flight because I don't want to have to get up to the bathroom a lot. But this is going to help you stay hydrated. Staying hydrated is key on flights. Also, with the liquid IV, I take an emergency vitamin C tablet. I like to do that before I get on my flight. It's just something that I don't know if it's superstitious or it's helped me not stay sick when I fly. While I'm on my flight, I always have layers. Layers are the key to everything. I always do like a legging and then like a tank top with a jacket, a button up, a coat. In the winter, I will always have a blanket scarf that I wear so then I can kind of lay up and be cuddly and be warm. On longer flights, I do personally like my own blanket. They're bigger, they're nicer, they're softer. I will tag one below. There is one where it can fold into a pillow. So you can have a pillow or you can open it up and be a blanket. That's really nice because the ones they give you are kind of itchy and small. And you're always cold on a flight. Speaking of pillows, I love my neck pillow. This is the one I have. This is actually my probably second or third one because I have accidentally left one on a flight. But I don't know if a lot of people realized you're not supposed to be wearing it like this because you can't put your head back then. That's really uncomfortable. You're actually supposed to be wearing it in the front so then you can sleep on the side, the front, and it's way more comfortable that way. So that's how I wear it. There are a bunch of different pillows that you could get. There's ones now where you can kind of manipulate it. So I can tag some below, but I like this pillow. I also like that I can hook it around my carry-on and so then I don't have to carry it. It's hooked on and I'm ready to go as hands-free as possible. You might want an eye mask if it's a longer flight. I personally don't like them. I don't wear them anytime, but an eye mask is nice if you really want to block out those lights. That's a personal choice. Headphones are a number one for me. It is something that I don't travel anywhere without. I don't leave my house without my AirPods, but especially for flying, I like to cancel out the noise. I like to put my own music in, my own movie in, whatever, and listen to that. I do love my AirPods because it's something where I can have one ear in while I'm walking around the airport and still hear everything else. But more recently, I've been noticing that when I'm sleeping on a flight, sometimes they do fall out. I like these headphones as well. They can go over your ears and they can be nice and quiet and then they aren't falling off. So it's kind of personal choice of what you prefer on headphones. The only problem with your Bluetooth headphones, and this is kind of any headphone that is Bluetooth, is they don't connect to the TVs that are on the flights. Now, you can get a converter, I believe it's called an AirFly, and it's just like a little kind of dongle-ish size, and you plug it in and it will connect to your Bluetooth, and then you can use your Bluetooth headphones for your TV, or you can bring your separate ones that have a wire and connect. That's kind of what you would like to do. Do you want to have to carry two headphones? Do you just want to carry the little converter and be more comfortable with your headphones? Personal preference. Again, it's all in your decision. All right, I always bring a charger just in case, especially on a long flight. They will have cords for you to plug in your charger from your USB port. A lot of flights do also have like the regular plug box as well. And I do bring a portable charger just in case. I can't find a plug, my plug is broken, so it's just something that I always carry with me as well. Something I will always carry in my carry-on is my medication. It is important that you carry your medication in its original bottle so that if the medication is questioned, you can see your name, what it is, and all of that. If it's Tylenol, Benadryl, allergy pills, that's a little different. They can notice the pill type and see that, but if it's a specific type of medication that you take from your doctor, keep it in its original container. It's just safer for security, and you should always have it in your carry-on. And with that being said, you should always have your glasses or an extra pair of contacts in your carry-on as well. That's something that you should always carry with you because you don't know what's going to happen. Last tip for flying, always carry an extra pair of clothes in your carry-on. You never know when your luggage is going to get lost. Having an extra pair of underwear, change of clothes, it's just smart and strategic. These are all things that I carry on my flight, and when I'm traveling, I always have extra layers in my actual suitcase as well. But these are all things that I try to carry on board my flight with me. Something else other than my medication, my glasses, and my contacts that I will always carry with me on my flight is a little bit of skincare, especially for my long flights. The reason why I carry little travel size skincare with me, even if I have a checked bag, is A, if it gets lost, B, I might get to my location and land on my flight and it's really late and I don't want to have to open my big suitcase and rummage through to find my toiletries, though I do keep them very organized in a nice container, which I can mention in another video. But I like to just have that little pouch where it has my skincare, especially if I'm doing a long flight. For example, I fly from the United States to England a lot, and I will get on my flight, I will eat the in-flight dinner, and then I will go brush my teeth, wash my face. I'll put an overnight sleep mask on so that my skin stays hydrated. I leave it on the whole flight. I will eat my breakfast, that is my in-flight meal. I will go wash my face and put on some moisturizer and do my morning skincare before I get off. So it kind of keeps me fresh. I know that I have those things, so in case I do lose my luggage, I have at least a little bit to get me through. And then I also feel fresh on the flight. Same with just an hour flight. I won't do my skincare on the flight, but I will have it just in case. These are all things that I keep with me on my flight. I hope it has helped you. I know it's a lot of things that I mentioned, so I will leave lists below if that helps you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe down below. I'll have more videos like this. And leave any comments on things that I missed or you would like me to talk about. Have a wonderful day and safe travels for you all out there. Thank you for watching. Bye!